I'm Corey Healy, 28 years of age, from Maesteg, Nanty Maesteg, by way of Talbot, no?
Okay, Corey, I know I spoke to you before a few times. I think I've interviewed you a couple of times as well. What stage are you at your bare knuckle boxing career at the moment?
I'm going into what should have been my 10th fight. After last weekend, I had a boy run out on me on fight day. So it's a bit heartbreaking, 15, 16 weeks, seeing my son work, everything on top as well, stressful as it is, it's a lonely sport. So that was a bit of a kick in the teeth, But I'm due to fight again now in Bolton on the 5th of July, so training and prepping for that, obviously.
So what was the reason for your opponent's last minute pulling out?
I don't really know, to be honest. No one can get hold of him. The main promoter, in all fairness, they were good as gold. They still paid me. They still look after me very well, and they've obviously lined me up for a fight and give me my free tickets. The tickets are obviously my fans had spent to come and watch me. They've given them to me free to go to Bolton, so they looked after me quite well. And there's still no valid reason as to why he left. Considering in the weigh-ins he was going to beat me up and do this to me and do that to me. Didn't matter whether I was 80 kilo or 90 kilo.
So actually he made it to the weigh-in, but didn't actually make it to the fight?
Yeah, he made it to the weigh-ins, didn't show at all for the day. He was a bit worrying. Jim has been trying to ring him since 9 o'clock in the night, and no answer. So
at what stage did you find out there might be an issue?
We found out early in the morning, in all fairness. So we had a bit of... There was that doubt that it was a bit of a mind game, as if to throw me off on what my game plan was, But Sharon, in all fairness, had me still stay switched on, still sat back with everyone, still in fight mode, really, just in case he did turn up. But obviously, didn't end up coming, so it's a bit bittersweet,
For most normal people, not having a bare knuckle fight would be a pretty good result, really.
No,
but what's different about you guys?
I was devastated, I'll be honest with you. It's the only sport in the world you can punch someone in the face, not go to jail and get paid for it with no gloves on, Whereas 4 or 5 years ago, the way I was, that was destined for me. Now I get paid to do it, and I get to have fun when I do it. I enjoy it. Damn near hate the sight of my own blood, but somehow that seems to switch off when you're in a fight, I think the mentality's different for certain people,
So you would say fighting and bare knuckle boxing in particular has helped you as a person and kept you on the straight and narrow?
Oh, definitely. It's basically saved my life, really, without the shadow of a doubt. And in all fairness to Sharon, it was at a time when he was going into opening his own gym, so there was a lot of work needed to be done here. I helped out there, and then I sort of fell in love with the sport. Then, I'd already fallen in love with the BKB through watching it. It was always something that I'd wanted to do, but just never really got around to doing. So when I had the opportunity, I grabbed it with both hands, and here I am now, would have been 10 fights deep, but there you go.
What advice would you give someone who is considering having a go at bare knuckle boxing, or where they come from a boxing background or MMA background, or maybe a rugby background like yourself?
Yes. If you can dedicate enough of your life to it, then yeah, because like I said, it is a lonely sport, I got a partner, baby, and a newborn on the way, and I got 2 other children as well, trying to fit it all in with the training, there's not enough time to split between everyone, so just if I was projecting this onto my younger self, I'd say grab it with both hands and take it while you can, life's too short.
What would you say if one of your kids said to you, Dad, I want to be a bare knuckle boxer?
My 8-year-old son nags me every day now. Down in the last show, he asked Jim, how old have we got to be a bare knuckle boxer? I said, listen to me, one thing I regret is not going down the amateur path. I never boxed before. I did have a couple of unlicensed fights that I think you commentated on a couple of times. But I would have liked to have gone down the amateur route as a kid, so if my son wants to do it, I'm more than happy for him to do it, it's his face that he's got to wake up and look in the mirror at every day,
So, hopefully we get a fight soon. What's the big dream for you, bare knuckle boxing wise? What's the path you're going to take now in your next few fights?
Obviously, build my way back up to that title contention now. I've fought for 2 British titles against 2 very good boys. One's now a world champion. I believe I'm still the only boy to take him 5 rounds and go the distance. So I'd like to have another crack at that title, like, you know. But obviously, I'm not naive. I know I got to build my reputation back up to there and showcase what I can do, like, you know. I sort of fell off a wagon the last couple of fights I had, you know, with confidence. But I'm hungry again now. Fire there. I'm turning up for training every day. So yeah, chasing world titles.
So just describe your emotion as you walk towards the ring, or the trigon they call it now, isn't it? All the crowd are cheering. I mean, can you hear the crowd? I mean, I obviously you know you're going to be in a fight. I mean, what's going through your head? Do you sort of think, what have I let myself in for, or is it just you relishing to get in there?
No, I'll be honest with you, I don't think of anything like that. The minute I step on the X, you know, I do. Anyone that tells you don't get nervous going into a fight, they talking absolute nonsense. You know, I get the pre-fight jitters, a little bit warming up on the pads, but as soon as them pads go down and we make our walk to start our ring walk, it's like a different animal, and it's like everything else shuts off. Yeah, you can still hear the crowd, but I thrive off that. I love that side of things, you know. And like I said, I just love to fight. So for me, the violence is, I wake up and choose violence every day, you know. So and everyone in work says that to me as well, like, you know, why you wake up and so violent all the time? But yeah, no, I do get nervous, like I said, on the pads. But after that, it's nothing at all. Like.
You mentioned your promoter there, Jim Freeman.
Yeah.
You know, some people like him, some people don't, but you seem to have had a positive relationship with him.
Yeah, to be honest, me and him have a good crack. Like, he takes a piss out of me all the time. Like, I'll be honest with you, I got a head like a pint of Guinness. Like, you know, so I got the worst haircut in the BYB, and I'll thrive off that shit because that's me. I'm up for a laugh. I'm up for a bit of banter, you know. And in all fairness, he gives it and he takes it, you know. And I've given him some shit as well as he has given me, like, you know, if not more. He did catch me out on the way into my fight this time, and he changed my my walkout name to the Ginger Weapon. So it was like he'd put a bit of a nice thing in there, like the weapon side of things. But no, he has had me a couple of times, to be honest.
But would you say they're good guys to fight for?
Amazing. Like I said, you're good to them, they're good to you, like, you know. And as far as I've been through all my fight career with them, they've been amazing with me. I've never said no to a fight. I've never turned down a fight. I never will turn down a fight, you know. And that's going from weight class to weight class. I've gone up, down, left, right, whatever they've asked me to, like, you know. But that's just purely through my love of the sport, like, you know.
So have you anyone to give a shout out to, or any sponsors you'd like to thank, or friends or family you'd like to say to thank?
With Environmental Solutions, you got Platinum Security, KGM Plastering, obviously Limby Valley, where I'm coming from. You got Anacoa, there's a few more on the back somewhere, I think. DMT Brickwork, James Brothers Plumbing and Roofing, Plumbing and Renovations. You know, without all these people, a lot of this wouldn't be possible for any of us, like, you know.
Okay, mate, great to talk to you, and good luck with your fight in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much.